those type of players that are on the downside of their stardom are still a very high level number 3. This is me talking myself into what might inevitably happen. Because I'm telling you guys right now, it's set in stone. This is Daryl Morey's number 1 option. Doesn't matter what you think about it. I know people keep hitting me up. All we should do is trade for Caruso and Andre Drummond and fill out the roster. None of that matters. None of that matters. What matters is, what is Daryl Morey going to do? He's in charge. Not you, not me, not us. We could talk about what we think they should do. What are they going to do? We need to prepare ourselves mentally for what they are going to do. Number 1 option on Daryl Morey's list is Paul George. And I think he's going to do whatever it takes to try to get him. Whether you think that's a winning formula or not, it is what it is. I do agree Paul George is the perfect fit alongside Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey when healthy. We can look at it like this. Look at the Eastern Conference right now. The Boston Celtics are walking to the NBA Finals. The Boston Celtics are playing the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Think about that for a second. It's the fucking Pacers, man. And I'm not saying they weren't good, but they're not Eastern Conference Finals good. And the Sixers were how close to being in that same situation. If they survived the New York series, the Sixers beat the Pacers. With the roster they currently have, I honestly think that. So if you just replace your third option, Tobias Harris, with 35-year-old Paul George, and he stays healthy, you probably beat the Knicks, and you probably beat the Pacers, and you're probably in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics, putting up a more of a fight than the Indiana Pacers are right now. Of course, as with anything in the Joel Embiid era, health pending, you know, it's always going to be an if when you're rooting for the Sixers in the Joel Embiid era. But it's just how you have to do it. Like I said, you can't be like, I'm not going to cross the street today because what if I get hit by a bus? You might get hit by a bus, but you're still going to try to cross the street, right? Every year, you got to just say, we're putting a team together, and if they're healthy, they will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. If the odds are on betting sites of the Sixers being healthy versus hurt, you better bet on them being hurt if you want to win some money, because the history tells us all the injuries are going to happen to the Sixers. But just maybe you get one of the rarest Joel Embiid healthy playoff runs in his career, and Paul George is healthy also, and you get 2 really good Paul George third option level years out of that deal. I'm just telling you, it's not as bad as people are making it sound. At the end of the day, the ultimate reason the Sixers fell short in Game 6 is because Tobias Harris and Kyle Lowry gave you 0 points. Your third option you were relying on was Kelly Oubre. I mean, let's be serious. So I'm just saying, it's not as bad as people make it sound. I'm not totally against it. Am I going to cringe at that amount of money for a 35-year-old player? Yes. But does it give you a better chance to get out of the situation that you couldn't get out of this past season? Yes. Essentially, what are the options, and what can the Sixers do to try to be better than they were last year? That's all we can do. We can look at money, we can look at draft picks, we can look at whatever. Daryl Morey's going to say, what can I do to finally get this team out of the second round this upcoming season? He's going to have a very short-sighted approach. I don't want him to trade that unprotected Clippers pick unless it's for somebody else who I'm going to talk about later in this episode. But there's my take on the initial Paul George may be available because it seems like the Clippers are unwilling to give him $152 to $212 million 4-year max. They want him to sign the same kind of extension that Kawhi Leonard signed. And if you're just looking at, if the Clippers are messing around, what other teams are going to take a swing at it? It's going to be Daryl Morey. I'm just putting that out there. That's just something that is going to be on the table for Paul George, and maybe he takes it, maybe he doesn't. Mr. Rudy, why would any star want to play with Embiid knowing his book? Continue this story, and you will continue to have egg on your face. Build around Maxey. Mr. Rudy, thank you for the super chat. As always, I appreciate the support, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're arguing with Daryl Morey, man. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You know, he's the pilot of this plane that we're on, man. You could tell the pilot to fly around the storm. You're sitting in the 17th row, bro. Is the pilot going to open the door? Oh, the guy back there told me what I should do. I should listen to him probably. No, he's going to do what he wants to do, and we know what he's going to do. He's going to do Daryl Morey things, man. That's just the way it is, man. So you are actually pouring $200 million into 1 year of championship hope. It's what they're going to do. Well, y'all got to get ready for it, man. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. It is what they are going to do.